So in this video, we are going to break down one of the most highly effective tools that you need to get in and out of the market each and every single day. Stop looking for the perfect strategy, right? Stop looking for the golden indicator. Instead, learn to understand market structure and what it's trying to tell you, and you will always have a massive edge, right? So the day we're going to be talking about is 9/26/2024, right? And I'm going to whip out the Discord, right? And I'm going to show you guys real quick the trade that we took and kind of give you a context of what we're going to go through today, right? So we took it on SPX. We cleared over 155% return on this trade. It's a very simple trade, right? Nothing really out of the ordinary happened, right? Instead, we just had a really good understanding of the market conditions using larger time frames, and then we broke down onto the 5 minute and we identified our edge, right? And this is one thing that I use on the Discord every single day, and it's such a good tool, and I encourage all my traders to do it, right? Is at the end of the day, when you take a trade, you take a snapshot of it, right? And you actually break down the exact reasons why you got in the trade. See, you know how it's so often, right, where we put on a trade and we're like, oh, great trade, we got paid today, and we just check it off, right? We gotta stop doing that, guys. We literally must log it, and not just log it. You have to really be clear. You have to become intentional on why you actually took that trade. Otherwise, when tomorrow comes, you're not going to have a system. You're not going to have a process that you can actually repeat, right? So to put the reps in properly, I highly recommend you do it this way, right? You take a screenshot, you break down, right? Just like I did right here. Why did I take this trade? Sellers defended open print, right? We're going to break all of this down, so don't worry. Sellers defended the 5 minute GBI retest. Sellers showing strength at the critical level, right? And the two most important, there was clear downside target and there was clear risk, right? And I want to show you guys, first we're going to break into the pre-market plan, right? So I am extremely, hold on, where is it? Right here. Okay, so every single day I identify a bullish scenario and a bearish scenario, and it's really important. And let's go back to price action so I can show you what I was looking at here. Okay, so this is what the market looked like in pre-market, right? This was all-time high, 57288, right? And all throughout the week we were leading up to it, and then in pre-market we got this really large pop, right? End of day was all the way down here at 570.02, right? So this was EOD, right? We had previous day high, which was right up here, right? So let's put that right there. Let's identify our pint numbers. Boom, edit. This we're going to do PDH, and you guys already know I always make these blue, right, just so they stand out, and blue is a non-biased color, right? When I see blue, I don't think buyers, I don't think sellers, I just think critical level. Alright, so we have PDH, we have EOD down here, right? So now let's put EOD down here, and this is how I like to do it, guys. I just duplicate it and bring it down, right? So now let me get rid of this. Boom, really simple way to do it and time effective, right? And then I come over here, go edit properties, okay. Alright, so there's two things that can happen here, and we break it down in the pre-market plan. Generally, right? I like to really be like a general pre-market plan. Why? Because I don't want to marry anything. I don't want to become committed or start to think I know what's going to happen. See, anytime I start believing I know exactly what's going to happen, the market does the opposite, right? So we have to find a way to approach the market from a state of non-bias, right? I don't care if it goes up. I don't care if it goes down. Regardless what the market does, I have the tools. I understand the principles to get in and out of the market on a consistent basis, right? So it doesn't matter if it goes up or down. We could buy calls, we could buy puts, right? We're not married to any sort of analysis. Instead, we're completely grounded in the present moment. This way, we're not becoming biased, we're not missing market information, right? We're not getting ahead of ourselves, right? And more importantly, we never become married to a specific analysis, right? All right, so SPY pre-market plan. Massive buying in pre-market, but in bold letters, don't let it fool you or make you become biased. I've seen larger gaps get filled, and it just so happens we were gapping up like $6 this day, right? We were extremely gapped, right? So then I put bullish scenario. Today I'm looking for buyers to defend their positions. This means holding price at all-time high retest and PDH retest. Not many levels in between the open and PDH, so I'll be watching for intraday structure and acceptance to be formed. targeting pre-market high and above, right? That's the bullish scenario. The bearish scenario is I'm watching for sellers to show significant strength today and to invalidate bullish chart patterns. I want to see buyers lose the open and previous all-time high, which was 57288. I can't really be bearish until this happens. Looking for possible short plays below 57420, targeting previous all-time high in PDH, right? So basically what I'm saying, right, and I'm completely accepting the fact that any move in between the open and all-time high is really kind of, I really don't want anything to do with it, right? Because the market can come down to this level and still be very bullish, and I don't want to fight buyers, right? I want to see how price reacts at this level, and then I'm going to make my decision, right? And that takes a certain amount of acceptance and serenity, right? To be like, listen, the market's literally, it's gonna play around for at least an hour or two today before I make a move, and that's completely fine, right? Because according to my pre-market plan, I want to play the level that most interests me, right? And that really served me this day, and that's something that I'll document and repeat to myself every single morning. This way, come tomorrow, I use that same behavior, right? Trading's all about developing the right mindset, skill set, and the correct habits. And the only way you're going to do that is if you're properly documenting what you're doing. Does it work? Does it not work? Do I want to implement it in my system? Should I get it out of my system, right? All of us are getting results, and they are a byproduct of the systems and habits you have, right? So that's one way I like to do that, right? And okay, so back to this, you can see 57288 was a very important level, right? So now let's whip it in that 5-minute time frame. So as you can see, we are extremely, right? Let me just get rid of this. We're gapping up significantly, and we start to get some very strong selling, right? And we get some bearish structure form right here off pre-market. So I'm just watching this, right? And at all times I'm watching price action. I'm going, okay, who has the ball? Is it the red team or is it the green team, right? And the way we determine that, going back to the way the market communicates to us, is through market structure, is through moving averages, right? Because if the price breaks below a level of structure and comes up and retests it, and sellers are defending it, that's bearish, right? That's why I'm very specific with the terminology I use when describing price action, right? Because unless I'm specific, I can't see it, I can't understand it, and then I lose that present moment. I lose the way the information the market's giving me, right? So for us to remain very objective, right, we have to understand exactly what the market's doing, right? So we fall below a level in pre-market, we retest it. We're below the 50 EMA, right? My 9 and my 20 EMA cloud has literally just crossed, right? It's now red, right? So market conditions are bearish until otherwise, right? So we come down into this all-time high level, which is 57288, right? We get very nice selling into this level. And now, remember, according to the pre-market plan, this is the level I need to watch. This is the level, right? And then large money is going to show me, they're going to tell me what's going to happen today based off the price action at this level, right? So we get a GBI, right? What is a GBI? You guys know it. I've been preaching it for months now. It's a green bar that has been ignored, right? This is very important, right? Because these green bars are very important retest levels, right? What's a retest level? It's a level that when price retests, I'm going to be very focused on what happens at this level, right? It's going to be very valuable, right? So price starts to fall down, and I remember, I started thinking I missed the trade, right? But this level isn't a level that you just want to enter short at your first chart pattern, right? Once you get a sign, and it's a very important level that holds significant amounts of volume, right? This was all-time high, previous all-time high, right? There was a lot of orders here that either need to be filled, right? There's gonna be a big battle here. I don't want to be the first buyer. I don't want to be the first seller. I just want to sit back, let the market paint its picture, right? Just like if this was Pictionary, right? And then make my move, right? So I completely accepted the fact I might miss this, and then I'll just wait for price to either form a different chart pattern or just business as usual. And then price rallies up, and buyers really try right here, right? So buyers really try right here and push price back into the GBI, right? So when I seen this initially, I was like, oh wow, that was a pretty large fake out at previous all-time high. Now if I could get some bullish structure, then I'll take the market long. See, I never make a decision based on one candle. Never. I will never do that. There always has to be market structure there, and there always has to be the healthy relationship with the moving averages, right? So just because I see a green candle, I never initially just switch my side and go, oh, now the green team has the ball. No, buyer or sellers still have it. The cloud is still red, and I ask myself, is this green bar that was previously ignored, right? Has this been, is my bearish scenario still in effect? And the answer to this is yes. Notice the next red bar that comes in and completely wipes out, literally, it goes down below the green bar, right? So once I seen this, hold on. Once I seen this, I was like, okay, what was my bearish scenario? Right, my bearish scenario was if sellers showed strength at this level, I'm looking for short plays targeting PDH and the next level below. And the next level below was previous all open print. Let me just pull it out here. Once again, using the pint numbers to identify important levels that I either want to trade off of or target. Right, so we had previous open print right here, which holds a lot of volume. Bam. All right, so those were my downside targets, right? So now that we've seen this, I remember going, okay, and sometimes, guys, it could be just as simple as, would I want to go long right here? Right? If you're ever struggling understanding or picking a side of who you want to trade with, ask yourself, would I want to long this? Is this bullish? If I was long, should I be stopping out? And if the answer is yes, then you probably have a short play, right? So that once we've seen that, I whipped out that 2 minute, got myself a green bar that was completely ignored, entered short on this candle. Literally, once this red candle wiped out the bottom of this, not close, nothing like that. Once we wiped out the bottom at 57265, I was in the market short targeting PDH, right? And we got a very nice push down, all the way down to our downside target, right? And like I told you guys, this trade was for on SPX for 155% ROI, right? Completely smoked it. Took profit right at our level. A beautiful way to trade the market. Now, how did we do this, right? Number one is we identified on a larger time frame how important this level was, right? We had this very important level here at previous all-time high. So if sellers showed strength here, I was going to take the market short, targeting the critical levels below, right? Well, what does selling strength look like? Once again, it's weak buying, right? Buyers come in, and then sellers completely ignore the buying, providing us a beautiful opportunity to short the market to the downside, right? So guys, I hope this lesson serves you. And if you take anything from this lesson, let it be that you should be identifying behaviors that are helping you become more better, more consistent, more repetitive, and more systematic traders, right? Anybody that wants to get involved with our team, Trader Bootcamp Special is almost done. 50% off, 12 months, full Discord access. Click the links below. I'll see you there.